What's up, my party people? It's your boy Darshaun Smith back again for another, Positivity Hour podcast episode. This is episode number 42, and I'm your host, the Positivity God, otherwise known as, Big D, exclusively on this podcast, of course, or like I said, my government, Darshaun Smith. So, roll the intro and let's get straight to it. Woo! Alright, so now that the intro has rolled, let me put my phone on silent real quick so it's not like buzzing or something in the background. Let me grab my water bottle and take a big old gulp of water. Love that stuff. And let's just get into the video. As you can see, as I said, at least if you're watching this, if you're listening, this is not pertaining to you. New mic and all that coming soon, but one thing at a time. What I'm talking about is slowly upgrading my setup, and I got these two very nice adjustable lights with diffusers and all sorts of types of different filters that are making me look a little bit better than previously seen in other videos in this room specifically for how my room is set up, being backlit and all. But these lights get plenty of bright enough. This is probably only like 50% of like how bright these lights get, and yeah, you can see me well. Like not yesterday, but last video, the last two actually, I was having difficulties with positioning the camera and keeping focus and all that because it was a little darker in here, even though I had like ambient light directed towards me. But like this is dedicated, like legitimate lights for the purpose. We're upgrading, okay? We're taking this serious, but let me put my phone back up because I got the topic of today's video. So while I focus on that, let me show you how good my multitasking skills are and tell you how my week has been going since, I'm on the one podcast episode a week, a grind right now. And I haven't always, if you go back and watch like the first 10 episodes, I didn't always start with this, but I do now with like how the week went and reflect on it, because that is ultimately what creates these newer episodes. That is what makes today's topic, how to recalibrate when one loses their way in life, But let's talk about how one lost their way and even needs to recalibrate in the first place. So, this week it's been good. It's been great actually. I really can't complain. I could obviously, but the first world problems, they're also like more like minuscule things that don't really matter in the grand scheme of thing, although objectively speaking they very much do. But I don't let that affect me, because like I said, I say it all the time, and I say this to y'all because I want y'all to get the same mindset that I'm gonna get this bread one way or another. I'm trying to do it as legally sound, you could say, as possible. I don't want to break the law out here. I'm not against it, but me personally, I don't mind being a law-abiding citizen to get this guap, to get this status, to get this whatever you want to say, And all that being said, I'm doing that pretty well, Academically, we're still excelling. I've got a meeting with my academic advisor, about to, do some big moves and stuff like there. Tomorrow morning at 8:30, because you got to start bright and early. We got other meetings and plans set up with individuals. We're socializing well, still got a good friend life, whatever, more than friend, less than friend, whatever you want to say. All social life, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, no, actually, now that I think about it, only social life A, B, and C really exist. But we don't talk about that, okay? You have to meet me in person to understand what those mean. Shout out to the people watching who actually know what those mean. And also shout out to the people who are watching this, because I'm not sure if y'all really know. I mean, obviously, if you're watching this, But I don't really promote these videos, I don't promote these podcast episodes. I don't do any of that. I just kind of record it, post it at a random time, and they just kind of get views, They just kind of get plays, And which is really cool because it just means like I have like a genuine audience or whatever, you know, of people I may know, or in some cases I don't know anyone in South Africa, but they be watching and listening. So like, shout out to you, person in South Africa. Send me an email, okay? We should link up. I'll get you on the show. You know what I'm saying? The time difference is gonna be rough though, but you know, I'm pretty adjustable or flexible. I'm actually not. My life is very busy right now, but it's okay. I can make time, okay? Because if it's really that important, you'll make time. And that's kind of what I've been lacking. You know, did you see that transition? It'll make more sense in a second. So overall, just to finish how I'm doing great, but it's the lacking, you know, which keeps me coming back to these videos, because like I say, I tell y'all what I need to tell myself, and today is how to recalibrate when one loses their way in life. You know, there are certain things that just over time just start to lack, you know, from self-discipline to handwriting to one's mental, physical, and emotional health. And that's normal, you know. We go through life, like even on the most plain basic biological level, we're always dying, we're always, you know, becoming a lesser form of oneself. But the people we see at these high levels performing, or see at these high levels maneuvering throughout life, or whatever else you want to say, these people have mastered the skill, or they are on the way there, which I consider myself in that camp because I ain't perfect, no one is, to being able to, you know, actively control, actively shape, actively recalibrate their current life situation ship, you could say. That's kind of funny. And that makes them a better person, you know. That makes them a person you can look up to. That makes them a person you aspire to be. You know, that is a person you want to be around, because they tend to be more objective. You know, they tend to be more critical in the thinking department and of oneself and their surroundings. And yes, if overdone or done in the wrong ways, that's bad. That's terrible, in fact. But if done right, as the people I'm describing often do it in the right way, it as SpongeBob and Patrick said, for those who have watched it, it's gonna weed them out. You know, it's gonna weed all your you know, your pretty terrible tendencies, your habits, your the things that are not conducive of you being successful in life, both monetarily, socially, or whatever your goal is. You know, you need to be able to take a step back and be like, yo, okay, because I do this, this, and this, it's stopping me from doing this, this, and this, okay? So this is what I'm talking about with the recalibrating of oneself. This is what I am about to do, because, you know, I'll be real, I'll give you some real world examples, okay? And because I say I don't have a lot of free time, and that is very true. But objectively speaking, everyone has a couple minutes here or there, okay? And it's how you spend it which makes the difference, you know? In the past, I spent it, you know, practicing my signature, or watching YouTube videos on how to get better socially in certain departments, you know, like, you know, more than friendly relations, or even just like a normal conversation with a stranger. Like, went on a little thing with the person the other day, you know, you could say, and we talked about striking up a conversation with a stranger about their shoestrings, you know? Like, the ability to do that, I learned that on YouTube, okay? I learned that by reading an article and then applying that in the real world. And I swear, I've met some very cool, interesting people just by talking about random stuff, you know, by not being afraid to like be wrong or get rejected or whatever else you want to say, you know. But everyone needs to recalibrate at some point or another, because like what I just described, it starts to lack, you know. Yes, I'm still performing at an air quotes high level for those who are listening and can't see the air quotes I'm making. But just because it's at a high level doesn't mean it can't, you know, lack. Okay, my goal in life is just to be above average. I'm pretty sure y'all know that. And I consistently am. okay? Because average is just most people. I don't want to be the best, you know? The best is sometimes scary, and that fall is real. But above average is not a bad place to be. But best believe, you know, the goal is to be the best. You know, the goal is to be a pioneer. You know, the goal is to think, like I said, think critically, take a step back, and think of ways how to reevaluate so you can get to where you're trying to go in life. And more examples of, like, in this case, like I said, I was using my free time, air quotes, you know, and how I spend it, you know. I was talking about how I used to spend it. Now let's talk about how I currently spend it and how that's going to change, you know. I definitely have been doing this all semester, but it's week 11 and the grind is getting real academically, and especially it's about to get even realer, and I want to, you know, up my standards, you know, in all forms, factors of life and such. And, you know, that goes from, like, low-key being addicted to social media. So, like, it's literally a habit where it's like I just got a free minute. I'm just walking here. I'll just pull up Instagram to, like, see 5 pictures and then I'll close it. I'm just like, I'll, like, close the app. And it's like, I think about that. And I thought about it last night, and I was just like, yo, this is terrible. Like, why am I addicted to Instagram, you know? I also had a conversation with the person the other day talking about, like, yo, when you look at your phone, like, how much money could you make off your phone, you know? And a lot of people say, like, $0 or very low amounts, you know, from the contacts they have in there to how the apps they have on it, literally, to choose to spend it. Sticking with Instagram, for example, I just said, like, consistently, I go on Instagram to look at other people's content. If I go on Instagram so consistently, why can't I post my own content? You know, this goes back to how to recalibrate when one loses their way in life, okay? Like I had said in the last video, like, I'm not sure I'm really trying to be like a social media content creator, but at the same time, my career path in life is going to be a very public one, you know, as being a social scientist. At least that's the goal. And a lot of social scientists, you know, I think in the modern era are missing out on capitalizing on the social media aspect and being able to get their information and their research out in a good, like, modern manner. You know, this is why vlogging took off. This is why you see so many, like, young people doing, like, social media marketing and such for, like, companies and things like that, because, like, it's just a whole lot of boomers doing it the same old way, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it, they say. And I just want to say that these are profound thoughts, and I'm glad the camera is recording, because literally this is what I'm literally gonna, like, make my whole career. But so it's good to, like, have this on record, but also it's true, like because, like I said, I'm trying to be a social scientist. I'm trying to be Dr. Smith, you know, with the PhD and all that, and so I can, you know, do research on, like, housing inequality, you know what I'm saying, the racial wealth gap, you know, money specifically, and then how to, you know, change those things and change the minds of people so I can change the culture to actually make change, you know, because, man, humans are lame, okay? We can't accept change at all. And when I say we, I'm talking about most people. That means average, okay? You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to be above average. That means I am okay with change. I may not accept it at first. I may not be rocking with it, but I understand for you to be something in this world, it has to happen. For you to be great, you have to change, okay? For you to be at the pinnacle of your perspective, your respective field, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to throw in their words, categories, whatever, like anything, you have to change, okay? In this case, I'm saying recalibrate, because I did it once and I can do it again, okay? I have 6 Instagram accounts, okay? And I post content on none of them regularly. Yet, I am on Instagram quite regularly liking other people's content of them doing literally jack diddly squat, from them sewing or them eating an apple at a local orchard or something like that. It's like, why I talk about, you know, becoming great, you know, separating myself from the pack, you know, being not in the rat race, la-da-da-da-do-da-day. Yet, what am I doing to actively do that? I'm doing a lot. But what I'm telling you is I'm air quotes, at such a high level that, like, what I'm not doing is, like, affecting me at a higher level, you could say, you know? Shout out Corday. I'm trying to get me some high level merch, okay? I'd love to meet Corday. That man would drop some game, okay? Plus he's like 3 years older than me, if that, you know? Drink some water. How long, what's this video at right now? It's at 14 minutes. I might take this episode all the way to 20 minutes. It's feeling like a good one today. And, yeah, I love how I'm doing all this off the top, too. No notes. I literally just have the title I thought of, and I'm just going with it, okay? But moving on for the example of Instagram, another great example of how I need to recalibrate my thinking and my time usage is like when I'm watching YouTube, you know? And now, a lot of YouTube content creators in this world will say, if you make YouTube videos, you don't really have time to watch YouTube videos. Meaning, because I have time, air quotes, to watch YouTube videos, I don't have time to make them. And that's kind of true. Now, don't get it twisted. I definitely have a free hour or two here and there. But like I said in the last video, I tend to spend that, you know, reading a book or writing a paper or something like that. But there are many great examples of people who have done bits, as the British would say, in college or other stressful situations where they have no free time, even less than me, yet they still managed to gain like 6 million subscribers in that time, you know? What I'm saying is the grind is real. I'm grinding. But could I be better? Yes. And like, that's frustrating, you know? That is what will make me great, you know? That is what will make you great if you apply this mindset, you know? It's like when you get the red pill, you know, and you just kind of wake up from the matrix, and you can do two things. You can be pissed off about it and go rage, you know, do bad things, la-di-da-da-do-da-day. Or you can take a step back, acknowledge that it exists, and be like, all right, what's next, okay? And when I just said, yeah, I'm mad that my time usage could be better. I'm frustrated that I set goals for myself that I'm not meeting, you know? And a lot of that just comes down to me, personally, you know? There's been a lot of things in my life that's changed recently that I would talk about, but there ain't no excuses, okay? There are people in way worse situations getting this bread way more than me. So what I just need to do is just get it, you know? And I hope you can too. So this pretty much ends the video, but I'll probably keep talking for like another minute or two because I feel like I have one more thing to say, because this is Positivity Hour episode 42 with your host, Darshaun Smith. How to recalibrate when one loses their way in life. You know, we as in me have talked, especially in this episode, about being above average, not doing what most people do, or Dorothy would say, you know, take the golden brick road, you know, all the way to Neverland or whatever. I didn't watch Wizard of Oz. I'm joking, I did. I just forgot, okay? Stop judging me. Judging is lame, okay? When you point a finger at someone, there's 3 fingers pointing right back at you, okay? Think about that. Big brain knowledge right there. And, yeah, just to summarize the last 15 minutes of your life that just happened. And thanks for listening if you're still here. And shout out to future Darshaun, you a real one. Because I don't listen to all of my like podcasts and videos and all that for like the first week or two, just because I want to see like how many people like organically watch it. That's why I stopped promoting it. I do know, like, objectively speaking, I need to promote some of this, you know. I need to put clips on Instagram, you know. I need to, I know what to do, okay? And I'm saying this week especially, I'm going to be more active on my photography account, on all my accounts, on me writing more, you know, to get my handwriting better. Because the thing that really the thing that really just got to me, you know, is like my handwriting is starting to get bad, you know. So like that's how I knew I was off, you know. So just know, when in doubt, I'll finish it with this, y'all. When in doubt, just take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Look yourself in the mirror and say, hey, fill in the blank name. In this case, Darshaun, it's gonna be okay. You got this. You're amazing. And you're a beautiful human being, okay? I love and appreciate you. And and you gonna get this bread. Now, obviously, say that in your own words, but like I say that to myself almost every day, and it really does make a difference, because all of life, is a mental thing. You got to believe you can do it, especially if you're in a situation where no one else believes in you. You have to be the one to change your own circumstance. You have to be the one to recalibrate your own settings, because objectively speaking, if you want to do it, no one's going to do it for you. That's why the saying exists. You can lead a horse to the water, but you can't force it to drink, okay? I'm giving y'all gems, okay? They're not the most profound gems. Don't get it twisted. They're profound to me, but, profound is subjective. There are other people who say the same thing I just said, but use different words. And they're like less popping. And I'm not saying I'm popping. I have 319 subscribers. Shout out to the 319. 319 represent. But still, it's rough out here, is what I'm saying. It is rough out here. It's rough out here for the dudes. It's rough out here for the people who identify as the women. It's tough out here for those people who don't identify as each of those people. It's rough out here for the football team at Iowa because we actually suck. It is rough out here for college professors, regular school teachers, and the school children, okay? It is rough out here for the homeless person to the billionaire. It is rough out here for everyone. And that's why when I really start feeling like a terrible human being, or I start getting down and frustrated about some little thing that really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, the thing I tell myself is no one gives a flying skadoodle about how you fell down, okay? They just don't. They don't care. Please ingrain that in your head. The only thing people care about is how you get back up, okay? I'll actually end with this, because it's relevant about like recalibrating yourself, recalibrating your life settings, your circumstances, your situationships, whatever you want to say, so you can become the better version of yourself. Because when you get there, more BS comes with that, and you're gonna have to do it again and again and again. This is why successful people are called insane, or like called obsessive, because it's never ending. The grind does not stop. There's a reason why people get to such a high level in life, and you can do it too. Like, objectively speaking, it's not that hard. What is hard is learning the knowledge and then applying it consistently. And that's what today's video is about. Now, I wanted to end with something Meek Mill had said once, because, he was down bad. He was broke, had to slang the dope, whatever you want to say. Like, he was riding his dirt bike through Philly, just living life. But obviously back then, he was down bad, he was broke, what I'm saying? But now that he's up, a lot of people want to say he changed up. Now, remember everything I just said in this last episode. The whole title of this episode is about needing to change. Objectively speaking, yes, Meek Mill changed. But to the core of like who he is, he's still the same guy. Now, one of his like friends or whatever said that he had changed up because Meek Mill would not give that individual some money for, whatever they were asking for. And Meek Mill said to that person in response, no, it is not me who has changed up. It is you, because you never asked me for money when I was down bad. You never asked me for support in any sort of type of way when I was back in the hood. But now that I'm up, living large, now you're here with your hands out. Ain't no free handouts. Push on, This is why I said, no one cares how you fall down, okay? That's just human nature. You fall down, you're weak, okay? That's objective. But if you get back up, you're strong, and people are attracted to that. Both relationship-wise, both friendship-wise, both whatever else you want to say. There's a reason why strong people, good and bad, are at a high level, okay? People are attracted to that. People support that, and that's what you should be. You can learn these skills, okay? You can be ugly and still be a strong character, You can be a little dude, but still be a strong person, okay? Look at Napoleon. Okay, whatever you want to say, you know. Just know, if there's a will, there's a way, my party people. I'm going to end this video now, though. It's like past 20 minutes, I think. So, that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you like, subscribe, unsubscribe, hate, comment, dislike, follow, unfollow, share, report. I don't care what you do, you know, because you're going to do it anyway. So, just make sure you stay positive, you know, at least try your best to at the end of the day. So, I love making these, you know. I definitely want to make more videos throughout the week, but objectively speaking, I just can't find a consistent time to post. I love how my camera shut off. I literally had like 10 more seconds of things to say. But yeah, like I said, it's the consistency of posting. So, like I said, do what you're going to do. Have a great rest of your day, my party people. And make sure you get this bread out here, okay? It's been real. I'll catch y'all next time. Big D out. Woo! Bonk.